Hey YouTube, coming at you with a viewer submitted video from Dining Sock in the 2700 range, and they're running Crocodile, which I'm also running right now, and you'll see my team next week. I've gotten up to 27, like 70 right now with it. They're running Crocodile, lickilicky, and bruxish, and they said I'm back with another glass canteen. Uh, Crocodile has some very glaring weaknesses in the meta, but it can still deal a ton of damage even to its hardest counters. The problem is that most people is getting a Sandile that don't have the cap. Yeah, I had one. I think mine is from a level 45 special research, so obviously the IVs aren't ideal. Same with mine. I looked at my, when I looked at the rankings, I only had one level 15 that I had kept, so I evolved it. So I don't know if a lot of people will even have it. The plan is pretty simple for this team. Try to align Crocodile somewhere useful and let Mud Slap do its thing. Bruxish is clunky with confusion, but still pretty dangerous with the very two cheap moves. I noticed that. Lickilicky is the damage sponge. Yeah, you have Brick Break and Psychic Fangs on this team, which makes your opponents have some problems. This team took me from 2600 to 2800. I went 18 or 19 out of 25, so pretty good win-loss record there. This is my 13th playing GBL seriously, but hopefully this team can get me to my first legend rank. Yeah, so what I've noticed with it when I've used it is you need shields with it because you are very glassy, and the mud slaps are okay. They're not amazing. Let me actually just make sure that it is. I'm almost positive that it's ground dark, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, you are ground dark. The mud slaps do okay. Obviously, you got some good matchups against like the poisons, glare, and slowbro and stuff, and you resist rollout. So it's got a lot of positives for it. I just found that like Crunch is great as a charge move. Brick Break is nice against the normal typings, but it's just so bad non-stab move in general that you're not really threatening much with it. But it does lower the defense. So let's take a look at the battles here. Kind of a I was gonna say neutral lead. It's a weird one. So their poison is resisted. Your ground mud slaps are neutral. Trailblaze is super effective because of your ground typing. So use the shield, get off the crunch. Giving up switch, I guess you do have two better answers in the back with this. That's actually a smart instant swap. Although you're probably gonna get hit with if a Brave Bird probably. Yeah, grab that last shield or I kind of like your opponent's play there. Grab that shield or take it out. Baiting a body slam, it did work. That feels risky to me, but it did grab one of the two shields. They do just go overheat. I'm I'd say a little surprised you're going Bruxish, but maybe not because they did just overheat, so their attack is super low. And these confusions are just going to give you a bunch of farm, but you do have a mud slap user here, double super effective, which you could get to a move, but I guess you wanted to bank a move, but you could have banked a move if you like crunch down from the top end there, like mud slap down from the top end, at least a crunch. So they maybe don't know the counts on this thing that you're already at a crunch, and you lowered their defense with Brick Break already, so this will 100% take out. Soul Rock, so this is a good lead. Psywave is resisted, and mud slaps are super effective. Licky comes in. So this is the type of thing that I noticed with this Pokemon too. So you have like a good matchup on the lead. I am also running it. No, I'm running it in the back actually. But it just has play against a lot of the sort of fast moves you're seeing in here. It resists poison. It resists rock. So it does pretty well there. But as you can see by shielding up here, catching the move on licky, which is smart. You could have won CMP, but just smart catch just to absorb that damage and just bank energy. Soul Rock comes back in, so we're gonna have to go Earthquake here. Baiting, again, I don't love this bait, and again it works. So I mean, you do you. Everyone has their own sort of bait ideology, we'll call it. So for me in that situation, like if I was your opponent, see, they're double shielding, which is crazy to me because you have a dark on the front, which is resisting Psywave. Um, so I don't know about that. Um, Going for the crunch, that does quite a lot of damage despite being resisted. We'll put this in confusion range. You can live a Moonblast. You can live anything, but opting to shield up a move, it is swift. Get the confusion down because you had lowered their and get to the Aqua Tail. This is super effective. I haven't seen this thing in action. I have no idea how much this is going to do. It does take out. It is a rock and soul rock, so it makes sense. It's super effective with stab. So licky. Again, you're resisting the rollouts. They give up switch into Ariados. And again, a weird one. You resist the poison, catching a move here. Because I'm pretty sure you are also weak to bug because you're dark. Yeah, ground doesn't resist bugs. So you're weak to bug there. So you got a lot of weaknesses in the meta. Bug, fairy, fighting, water. And not really a lot of grass or ice. But quite a lot of weaknesses with this Pokemon, which makes it a little trickier at times. But as you can see here, a lot of like chipping and absorbing on licky here. So that was their strategy, which they even mentioned in the description. Now coming back in here, they do make a catch, but it is it's a wiggly, so this is actually neutral. But you're gonna just get charmed out here. But you know, Brick Break is neutral, Mud Slaps are neutral, so you are gonna get charmed out, but you're gonna be able to chip quite a lot here. Yeah, and it's so much so that they use the shield on it, and you still take it to the yellow. So now these confusions are really adding up. It's actually an interesting concept of a team where you have a Brick Break user, something that lowers your opponent's defense, followed by a hard fast move damage stab confusion user. So that's why I think it works so well, is that you can just like lower your opponent's defense and then have those like really hard hitting confusions come through. So getting to the Psychic Fangs, ooh, just sniping almost over farm there, getting to an Earthquake. Do grab a shield, but that's almost worse because now they just farm down. Do get to a move, but they're going to have at least an Earthquake, probably even more than that. Aqua Tail does not take out. I'm assuming this will be an Earthquake and take you out. Yeah, I figured. Okay, again, it's a good lead because Poison's resisted, but they do have Surf. They eventually get into Medi. Medi looks like it is using a Psycho Cut here, which you are Psychic, so you resist the Psycho Cut, which means they're going to have to throw a Dynamic Punch here. And Dynamic Punch is resisted as well, but it still chips quite a lot on Bruxish, holy smokes. So much that they probably are going to get a second one off, and you're going to have to shield here. If you want to keep switch, you're going to have to shield, yeah. So committing the switch, which means they probably also have a Scrafty in the back because the Medi safe swap, it usually means double fighter in the back. And there is your Scrafty. This is not surprising. I'm surprised they didn't try to align with. I mean, I guess it's an easy read, and you are double weak to fighting. So I think this is very similar to the team that I ran. Krookodile, Miltank, and Slowbro. So same sort of concept, double weak to fighting. And I had started, so I did it really well with it. Got up to like 2760. And then I put in a different Pokemon because I got rid of Miltank because then you're double weak to fighting, right? Dark is weak to fighting, and your normal is weak to fighting. So there is a double fighting weakness on this team. Baiting, they didn't even, I mean, that is one that I would bait too. That is every scenario they should be shielding because they have no health left on the Scrafty. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Your bait there was 100% correct. They had one Pokemon left with health, no shield. There are two shields. They needed to start burning them. I haven't been in this matchup as well. Pawniard with like a bug move, which is super effective, but your slaps are also super effective in adding up. They went for like a sort of nuke Iron Head there, so you'll be able to just farm down. Charizard comes in. Again, going for the bait here. Does get a shield. Now we can just take this out or grab that second shield. I was about to say, probably don't want to get farmed down there. So instant swap. And now you're up a shield. So this earthquake is going to land. I don't think it takes out, but it's going to put up low. You can live every move with these. So at this point, you just let this go. Roll it down. Charizard may have a move, but then you just have a bruxish in the back. It is a Dragon Breath user, though, so it's not even like a Fire Spin user. But I think you just let this... Okay. That's fine. You could... Yeah, you have Body Slam, so I guess you just want to chip this and take it out. You could also just go Bruxish Confusion to win. It really does not matter here. Again, good lead. This is why I kind of noticed, like, it does... There's lots of fires. There's lots of rollout users. Medi comes in, so we're going to come in here. Again, we're likely to see some sort of dynamic punch, which will still chip despite being resisted. Going for the Psychic Fangs to lower their defense, so these confusions add up a little more. Here comes the first dynamic punch. I expect them to get to a second one too. Ooh, just an Ice Punch. They don't have anything for you. You are pretty low though, so yeah, going to commit the shield. And this is the problem with Bruxish, right? Even which should be a good matchup with resisted Psycho Cuts and resisted Ice Punch, non-stab Ice Punch, you're still burning a shield, which is kind of crazy. So out comes the Skeledirge. Just going to go down. I assume they're just going to 2-shield whatever's in the back here. So 2-shield whatever's in the back, and that in the back is a Lomomola. And this thing with 2 shields is actually going to be quite tough. You do have a spammy licky, but your Bruxish is super low, and your Krookodile is going to take super effective from the waters. So going for another Earthquake, just trying to grab some shields here. You already grabbed one. That Earthquake lands. Psychic or thing will hurt. Yeah, so going to shield, just because if you let that go, you have to basically come Krookodile. And you're just going to be waterfall down. So you have to commit the shield there to try and chip more here. So grab a shield there, try to catch. That did not work. Now they're going to have a move. Although if it's Psychic, it's fine because that'll be resisted. But no, it is a Hydro Pump. But you do have a move bank here. So I felt like that was closer than it needed to be, but I guess a Lomomola is pretty tanky with 2 shields too. Is a pretty good scenario for them to be in. Terrible lead. So we're going to go into Bruxish as a safe swap. These confusions are chipping. They are, I guess, trying to figure out what to do on their end. Let the Psychic Fangs go. That confusion will register. If they have Moonblast or something, it'll do a good amount of chip here, but it's just a Swift. But you know what? Bruxish is pretty glassy that this second Swift is probably going to take out. Yeah, so you got to commit the shield. Licky eventually comes in. You're in Body Slam range at this point, so just trying to chip with Confusion Psychic Fangs as much as you can. They throw it pretty quickly. So now you have a decision to make. You can come and just resist the rollout and then just take Body Slams, or go in with Licky. So opting for number 1, forcing them to the Earthquake. May shield the Earthquake, yeah. Forcing them to the Earthquake. Gonna just Mud Slap down 2 shields, but so much energy. Ariados comes in. So again with the bait on the Brick Break. Does get 1 shield. Here comes Crunch. There's the second shield. Again, both moves are probably super effective, so let's see which one they throw. Lunge will take you out, and now a rollout user. So they'll probably lunge you here to try and lower your attack, but I think the damage is done. Oh, Clefable's still alive. So we got to dump this Body Slam because we cannot take we don't really want to take a Swift here, so let's dump that. And then we can still get to an Earthquake to take this out. Licky again. There's no wonder the views are already down on this. There's truly, oh, this is not good. There's truly like 6 Pokemon in this meta. Not 6, but like 15. I guess this is the right play. I said this is not good because you are double weak to fighting, and this is a dark and a acid spray. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, you will get to the second move here, but confusion is obviously still resisted because dark double resists. So they are going for that shield because they want to try to chip you or take you out here. But at this point, you just probably just let it go, right? And it is another bait, but that's fine. You don't really care. You got one of the fighters out of here. Hopefully they don't have any other second fighter, Medi. The double fighter line coming in hot again. So do chip a good amount there. If this is dynamic punch, obviously it's going to do a ton of damage. It is just an ice punch, so live that, but they have their own licky lick in the back. So Medi still got good health. Licky lick in the back, full health here. Not looking like a good scenario for you with double fighters on the opposite team here. So they're going to get to a body slam before you get to an earthquake, so just opting. I don't even know if that's true actually. But just opting for the body slam. Hopefully they try and overfarm here. You can get another one off. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Try to overfarm. Get a move off, which is just unnecessary damage for your opponent to take. But they are just going to go one shield. But it is actually a Medi with counter. Some use Psycho Cut, but this one is using counter. So goodbye, your 2 Pokemon weak to counter. That's why I switched it. Like I just saw we've already seen multiple double fighters on this team. And I've saw a lot of fighters when I used the double weak to fighting as well on my team. So I switched it for a third neutral one. Opting for the over Mud Slap when you know it has Brick Break and you have a 14 attack. So I'm honestly surprised you didn't try and CMP there. Maybe you'll CMP on this one, or you're both going to take each other out. No, 1 HP. Did you lose CMP or did you get like weirdly delayed there? So going down, that's fine. Bruxish is going to come in and confusion down because that's a lot of energy and it's resisted. So maybe they're weak to it in the back. It is a Slowbro, which is neutral, half poison, half psychic. Here comes the first Psychic Fangs. You know, it's just brutal. Wait, you're psychic. Sorry, I was going to say it's just brutal swing. But no, you are psychic, so that would hurt a lot. Trying to catch here. Yeah, you got to try and catch. So catching it on the licky. What's in the back for them? A Bruxish, also with confusion. I don't even know if I have a Bruxish, honestly. So here comes this Aqua Tail from their end, just doing the damage with the... Again, Psychic Fangs is good for lowering the defense, but it does not actually hit hard. Stab Aqua Tail will do decent. Not amazing, but decent. So here comes another Body Slam. They do confusion down. Getting to the Aqua Tail, I guess both moves are resisted, so you might as well go for the harder hitting move here. And it does take out. Holy smokes, and confusion down. Man, is Bruxish that glassy or that attack heavy or both? Alomola, terrible lead, so you're going to have to get out here. And they are staying in this matchup despite the resisted waterfalls. Eventually getting into Wiggly. Yeah, 137 attack, 100 defense, 118 stamina, 1626 overall. So it's pretty glass cannon-y. That makes sense. Do get to another confusion, but not able to get it off, so it doesn't matter. We know the Aloma. You have to shield this. Because we know the Aloma Mole is on the front. It's just going to kill your Krookodile or whatever. So I think he almost had to burn that shield. Yeah, of course they're just going to line here knowing they can just... Whoa, they gave up switch. That's actually interesting. They gave up switch to then align a... yeah, you got to shield because you can't take... waterfalls on your thing. I don't know what they're doing. They gave up switch. They come in where they could align a water Pokemon on your ground Pokemon and instead show you their fire Pokemon that you can then align a Mud Slap user to it. I do not know what your opponent was thinking. Get the brick break bait. And now that'll take down your opponent. I think through that real freaking hard. Okay. So thanks for this mission. Again, it's very similar to the team that I used, which you're going to see probably next week sometime. It'll be Krookodile, Miltank, and Slowbro. So that's the team I used. Same sort of concept. You have Miltank as your and Slowbro, both state swaps. Miltank pretty tanky, so you can take some damage on it. Using shields on Krookodile. It's got, again, like I said, it's got a lot of things like roll users resisted, poison is resisted. You do super effective against poison. You do super effective against the fires with the mud slaps. So it is a truly core breaker. I see it starting to come out a lot now. I saw like other people are starting to post it on their YouTube channels. Plus, I've actually seen quite a few in the meta now. So I think people are kind of recognizing what the meta is and coming out hard. Okay. I was just looking at my comments and my views and click-through rate. The click-through rate is actually not bad, but the views are down. It's a Friday when this will go up probably Sunday because I want to try and cover an Ultra League team. Yeah, I don't think people are searching out YouTube videos for Pokemon Go right now. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you watch all these videos but are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see reactive videos, check out my other channel, link in the description, non-Pokemon Go related. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.